Good morning. Namaste. So the conversation today is the only thing that doesn't change is death. Now, this has multiple meanings. First, in that the only thing that doesn't change in our lives is that the one thing we are guaranteed on breath, the first one, is that there will be a last one. It also means that we attach ourselves to things that are static. We attach ourselves to ideas and concepts that we feel should not change. Ideas, positions, things that we think shouldn't change. However, the very nature of life itself and the very nature of the universe itself is change. Let's take it down to the basics. The fact that you are breathing and alive requires change. It's a nice little thing there. So, if very breath itself requires the change of your lungs from one state to another, requires your heart to change from one state to another, therefore to be alive requires change. So therefore, for life to continuously exist as a whole, it must change. There must be progress, or maybe, depending on your perspective, regression. However, once we understand this, we understand the things that we're trying to gain in life, things that we want in life, aren't actually tangible. Now, the one thing that is experience. Now, often in states of change, we look to our experiences or we look to other people's experiences. But how do we know these experiences are true? How do we know that something that we are seeing but yet we have not experienced is true? So for example, I could say to you right now, it smells here. You could then choose to believe this. But how do you know if you haven't experienced it? How do you know what that smell is? Or have you just decided what that smell is, having not been here and experienced it yourself? This is where we need to question if the thoughts that we are given and that we have are our own. Are our views, our opinions on things, on people, on countries, on behaviors true? Say, for example, everybody from this country is like this. How do we know if we've not experienced that country and not experienced those people from that country? This tastes like this. How do we know if we haven't tasted it ourselves? It's just something to think on. I see also life, like I said, is about experiences. So let's take a simple walk down the road. If we change it from being about the gain that what can we gain from the walk, but to the mere experience of the walk, we actually take in a lot more, notice a lot more. Like the fact that I've noticed the sheep, I've noticed the horses, I've noticed the birds, I've noticed the flowers, I've noticed the sky. Earlier on, I noticed the little hedge. But when we are seeking to gain, we miss everything that there is to gain. And this is the irony of chasing what we have to gain over chasing the experience. When we become obsessed with the experience and what we can gain from the experience, however, this is when we then want to share this with others. And when we want to share this with others, this creates a whole new experience. We are just sensory vessels. We have eyes, ears, nose, mouth. And what is that for? That is to experience, to create our own experience. And this itself is life, to experience change. With no change in your life, you are an inanimate object. Therefore, you are dead. With no change in your life, is it life? So, this message is just to challenge perceptions of change and experience.